So you had the guts to come to my compound and insult me, Okwaya. Okoro, you even had the gall to say that my sons bring shame and disgrace to the family. Eh?
Mazuche said in anger.
Yes, as the matter of fact, they are useless. Can't you see how my wife and I struggled and trained our only child, Emeka, through school? Are you not in this village? Who can compare with our Emeka in diligence, honesty, intelligence, and hardworking? Had it been you heed to my advice, at least two of your sons will be concluding their NYSC by now with my son Emeka. Instead, you were selfish and self-centered. You better change your evil ways, Uche.
Maziokoro said.
So now you are comparing my sons with your own son, Emeka. Hmm? Okuya, that my sons are useless and yours is golden. Eh? Okoro. Hmm. Okoro. Anyways, ụbọchị nta anyị achụọ n'Owerri nchi. We shall see, Maazị Uche said angrily.
How it all started.
Once upon a time, in a small village of Owunka, there lived a boy named Emeka. Emeka grew up in a wretched home with parents who struggled to make ends meet. Despite their financial difficulties, Emeka's parents valued education and worked hard to send him to school. Emeka was a bright and determined young boy and the only child of his parents, Mazi Okoro and Madam Nnenna. He studied hard and earned good grades, which earned him a spot at a prestigious university. After completing his undergraduate degree with flying colors, Emeka served his country, Nigeria, through the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. With his NYSC completed, Emeka was offered an automatic employment in one of the prestigious oil companies in Eket, where he served. He was overjoyed and prepared himself to travel home to his village so that he could rejoice with his parents. Emeka was putting everything in order for his travel to Obunka without the knowledge of the looming tragedy that was brewing and waiting to strike. When he was putting his personal belongings inside his old traveling bag, he stumbled at one of his photographs when he was a boy and smiled.
How time flies. Just look at my big eyeballs and coconut head.
He whispered to himself and smiled.
Amy Bobo.
He said, smiling at the photograph. Immediately he went down the memory lane when he was still a young boy. On one occasion, his mother went for her friend's daughter's traditional wedding with him. As they came back from the occasion exhausted, the joy and colorful events of the occasion could not elude the young mind of little Emeka. He longed for a younger sister whom he would attend her traditional wedding when she grows up.
Mama, Papa, why can't you give me a little sister?
Young Emeka asked with inquisitive eyes.
I want to attend her traditional wedding when she grows up, just like the way we attended Auntie Oloma's own.
Young Emeka added innocently. Nena smiled at his son sweetly and said, "My sweet boy, giving you a sister is never an issue. But we could not feed well, talk more of adding another mouth," Nena said sadly.
Emi Bobonwam, we are not fortunate enough like Mazia Dibe and his family. This is why we are trying to cut our coat according to our clothes.
Mazi Okoro added.
We will make sure you attain the highest level of education, our son, even if it is the last thing we do on this earth. You are our golden boy, Emi Bobo.
Mazi Okoro said, petting his son, seeing his parents struggle to make things favorable for him. Young Emeka understood his parents' predicament for not giving him a younger sister and resolved to becoming the beacon of hope for them.
Papa, Mama, I will grow up to become a very successful man. When I grow up, I will marry a beautiful wife who will understand you too and pamper you as well. My first child will be a beautiful baby girl like you, Mama. After which I will give birth to cute boys who will look like you, Papa.
Young Emeka assured his parents innocently, beaming with smiles.
Poverty will run away from this family, Papa. After all, it is not paying any rent at all.
Young Emeka joked. Amen, no. Amen, my son. God will surely fulfill all these promises. Nena concurred, clapping her hands together while she looked towards the heavens as if to say, God, hope you are taking notes. Mazi Okoro smiled proudly at his son.
Let it be as you said, my son. I can see the burning fire in you. Let your determined soul lead us to the promised land, Nna.
Mazi Okoro said, smiling.
Nothing will stop these promises from coming to actualization, Papa. God will always be with us. I can feel it.
Young Emeka assured his father, who smiled and touched his head. As Emeka remembered all this encounter between him and his parents when he was still young, he smiled and kept back the photograph. He said,
God, thank you for standing by me throughout this journey. At least one of my promises to my parents is coming to fulfillment. Because of this automatic employment, which I will resume work next week. Do not allow anything to hinder the rest of my promises to my parents. My parents have really suffered. God, they have suffered. They invested everything in me. Please, God, let me, as their beacon of hope, wipe away their tears. Do not forsake us, O Lord. Amen.
Emeka concluded and resumed in packing his personal belongings. Meanwhile, in Emeka's village, Obunka, Mazi Okoro, Emeka's father, had an elder brother called Mazi Uche. Mazi Uche, Emeka's uncle, was a greedy and dubious man. He had 4 sons whom he never cared to train in school. His sons became terror in the village, raping young maidens, stealing, and doing all sorts of bad things. Mazi Uche, in the other hand, never cared to caution his children. Instead, he supported them, threatening anybody that dared to confront him with his son's dubious actions. He was feared in the village due to his diabolic activities. He was rumored to have ended the lives of those that stood on his way whenever he wanted to do something. Although he kept his tracks clean and untraceable, his evil acts in the village were overwhelmed and palpable. Ore Market Day is a market of Obunka villagers. One Ore Market Day, Nnenna went to their farm to harvest the 3 bunches of plantain, which she wanted to sell at the market and send money to Emeka for his return from NYSC. Getting to their farm, she saw Obinna, one of Mazi Uche's sons, harvesting the last bunch of plantain. At first, she was shocked. When she regained herself, she shouted, Obinna, Obinna, what are you doing with my bunch of plantain? She asked, going closer to Obinna, who turned with devilish eyes.
Bia, why? If you come closer to me, I will cut you like okra with this cutlass. You know the fear. Obiakpo like me. They collect my informer and you are there blabbing. Oh yeah, come on, apply Chioma Ajunwa quick and disappear from here before I change my mind.
Obinna shouted, intimidating Nnenna. Hey, this is confirm Oshianyocha oh. People come oh, thief. Obinna is stealing my plantain oh. Norma started shouting, hoping that people would come to her aid, but nobody came due to the fear of Mazi Uche.
Oh, you are still standing there shouting thief, right? You have the God to call me Onyoshi on my father's land or wire. Okay, wait for me, I'm coming over.
Obinna said, making move towards Nnenna, who ran for her dear life in tears. Immediately she got home, she tabled everything to her husband, Mazi Okoro. Mazi Okoro could not hold it anymore. He decided to confront his elder brother, Mazi Uche. On getting at Mazi Uche's compound, he saw Mazi Uche relaxing in front of his obi with a keg of pale wine and bushmeat.
Maazị Uche, Maazị Uche,
Mazi Okoro shouted in anger, walking towards Mazi Uche.
bịa, Okoro, why are you shouting my name like that? What is wrong with you this early morning?
Mazi Uche asked, relaxed.
Maazị Uche, tell your son Obinna to bring out the 3 bunches of plantain he harvested from my farm this morning.
Mazi Okoro demanded.
Which farm? Remember that all the lands belong to me, Okoro.
Mazi Uche said.
Is it because I allowed you and your family to cultivate on that land?
Mazi Uche added.
The young man collected what rightfully belonged to him.
Mazi Uche concluded, chewing his bushmeat with ease.
Maazị Uche, you know that what you have just vomited is not true. Since our father died, you hijacked all his lands and sold them, living large. This particular piece of land was not the family's property. Yes, it was not among the family property. You and I know that it was purchased by Mama, and by tradition, I inherited it as the last son of the family. Maazị Uche, Maazị Uche, why are you this wicked? You snatched all my lands as one of the sons of this family, and now you want to snatch this one too. You better have a rethink, oh.
Mazi Okoro said furiously.
It is you who is not reasonable, Okoro. You know that I have no other land left again, and you are busy enjoying Mama's over 10 hectares of land, instead of you to give your only brother at least 5 plots of land. And you wretchedly unreasonable Okoro.
Mazi Uche attacked furiously.
Did I just hear you say I should give you some plots of land so that you and your dubious sons will sell them and lavish the money on where? By the way, Papa was blessed with too many uncountable hectares of lands. What did you do with them all? Irecha Fancha. You sold them all.
Mazi Okoro said in anger.
They were mine. Yes, they were all mine. And I needed money. I sold them. Unlike you who have a serious pact with poverty. Say what you have to solve your problems. You did there they wallow in poverty. Poverty impersonified.
Mazi Uche blurted out.
As you sold them all, what did you do with the money, eh? What did you do with the money? I advised you to take good care of these your 4 sons when their mother died. At least you were seeing enough cash there. What did you do? You ignored me and selfishly spent the whole money on your numerous widowed concubines. And yourself, of course, leaving your sons to fend for themselves. Now, they have turned into village terrors, bringing shame and disgrace to this family. You could not give them at least basic education. Sometimes, I wonder whether both of us are from the same womb. Uche, you are so selfish.
Maazị Okoro said in anger.
So, you have the guts to come to my compound and insult me, Okuya Okoro. You even had the guts to say that my sons bring shame and disgrace to the family, eh?
Maazị Uche said in anger.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they are useless. They are all useless. Can't you see how my wife and I struggled and trained our only child, Emeka, through school? Are you not in this village? Who can compare with our Emeka in diligence, honesty, intelligence, and hardworking? Had it been you heed to my advice, at least two of your sons will be concluding their NYSC by now with my son, Emeka. Instead, you were selfish and self-centered. You better change your evil ways, though. Uche, you better do.
Maazị Okoro said.
So, now you are comparing my son with your own son, Emeka Okuya. That my sons are useless and yours is good. Okoro. Anyways, ụbọchị nta, anyị achụọ n'Owerre nchi. We shall see.
Maazị Uche said slowly in anger.
We shall see nothing, Uche. We shall see nothing, Uche. Your sons are as well as mine. It really broke my heart seeing them in this situation. You better retrace your step now that it's still early and amend your ways. Uche, you better go inside and give me my bunch of plantain.
Maazị Okoro demanded.
Okoro, now you have overstayed your welcome. Turn your back and leave my compound at once. If I go inside and come out to meet you here, you will be sorry for yourself.
Maazị Uche said in anger and rushed inside.
Okay. So now it has turned to bullying. No problem. My own plantain. No problem. I leave everything to God.
Maazị Okoro said, knowing Maazị Uche's next action, he quietly went away. Maazị Uche rushed out with a cutlass.
Are you still there? I thought you are Odogu. You should have stayed here. No, you should have stayed. Let me bring out your plantain for you. Let me cut you into pieces and more fear.
Maazị Uche said in anger.
Chai, this man had the guts to boast with his graduate son, Okuya. We shall see. I will make sure he washed his hands and broke palm kernel for chickens. His efforts throughout his miserable years will be in vain unless I am not Uche. He who kills when life is enjoyable. Anongangampi.
He boasted, smiled to himself, and resumed his merriment.
I think I have to visit my friend, Ogudire, the great Dibia. Oke mmọnwụ na-eti onwe ya. Another job has surfaced. He has some unfinished business.
He laughed to himself.
Okoro, wait for me. Cheraka Orom. You will wash your hands with your own tears. Since you had the God to challenge me, Oka Jofena Sombe, we shall see.
He grinned wickedly. As Mazi Okoro got home, he narrated everything to his wife. Nena was scared and lamented that Mazi Uche never issued an empty threat. Nani, I'm scared though. You know your brother never issued an empty threat. Eh? You shouldn't have exchanged words with him. Che, God, please, oh, I don't need any tragedy, oh. Nena panicked.
Woman, relax. I know my brother Uche. He is just ranting. He knows the implication of spilling family blood. He will not try it. By the way, have you seen anybody he killed before? All these rumors going around.
Mazi Okoro asked his wife. I'm not so per se, because it seems he covers his tracks. But there is something sinister about this your brother. I hope it was just ranting as you said though. Nena said.
Don't bother yourself. He is just a bully. I just left everything to God.
Mazi Okoro concluded. Since I cannot sell the plantain again, how are we going to sort out money for Emeka? You know he is due to come back in 3 weeks' time. Nena asked her husband.
Don't worry, my dear wife. I will sort the money, okay?
Mazi Okoro assured her. The following day, as Mazi Okoro was going to the farm, he met his brother Mazi Uche, who called his attention and apologized for his outburst the previous day. He told him to remember the siblings' anger never get to the bone marrow, that they are siblings after all. Mazi Okoro agreed and reconciled with him, and they started chatting heartily, of which Mazi Uche cunningly asked Mazi Okoro when his son Emeka would be visiting again. Mazi Okoro said that it will be in 3 weeks' time, but he was looking for money to send to him. Mazi Uche asked him to come over to his place so that he will give him 20,000 naira. Mazi Okoro was so overwhelmed with joy and thanked his brother Mazi Uche. Mazi Uche smiled in his mind satisfactorily. Knowing the date of Emeka's homecoming made his day. He decided to set his plans in motion. For Mazi Okoro, he was so happy that his financial problems was almost solved, without knowing that a great danger was hovering over his household. In the evening, after he came back from the farm, he went straight to his brother Mazi Uche's compound for the money he promised him. Mazi Uche fulfilled his promise by giving him 20,000 naira. But as he left with joy, Mazi Uche grinned devilishly and said,
Fool, you think I forgive easily? The evil bird has built a nest in your household, Okoro. The eggs will soon hatch. Soon, Anuofia, you have the guts to confront me. Blood apart, I will show you who I am. Amunkankampi.
Mazi Uche said to himself with wicked grin. Will Emeka fulfill all his promises to his parents? Do you think it was wise for Mazi Okoro to boast with his son's progress? Do you think Emeka will work in the oil company eventually? What do you think Mazi Uche will do to Mazi Okoro's household? Get the answers of all these questions from our next episode, which will drop very soon. Hi, Amazing Stories by Mukosalos Nation. Hope you darlings enjoyed the story. I will love to know your reactions in the comment section. I will not fail to acknowledge those who are building up this channel by subscribing. God will keep on blessing you all. For those that have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to give my videos a thumb up. Thanks and God's love. Bye till we meet in the next story. God bless.